Hello, everyone. Welcome to our channel. My name is Uchenna.
And I'm IJ.
I'm Dior.
And tonight we are talking about Put a Ring on It, Season 3, Episode 3.
Uchenna, before we start.
Yes.
Your turban. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
How did you wrap it yourself? Is it already bought like that? You just put it on, or did you do it yourself?
I did it myself. Looked on
really?
YouTube, learned it, did it. There you go.
Okay, I love it. I love it.
All right, thanks. All right, so let's start with the messiest couple of the bunch, and that is
Rick Ross.
No, not Rick Ross. For me, it's Kenneth and Shorty.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, because Kenneth is crazy. So Shorty is really into Hollywood. But that's my opinion.
I think there's a crazy one in every single one of those couples.
Yes.
Like,
oh, okay.
There's a very insecure person in every single one of those couples.
You know what? You are, and it's the men.
One of them is a man. So Kenneth is the man. Like
Kenneth, yeah, for sure. And I think it's
so right.
Okay, for Otis and Sharlana, who do you think is the crazy one?
Otis.
Okay, Otis gives me Elijah Wan vibes.
Oh no,
No. He's worse than Ablajawan.
Yeah, he's worse because he don't care. He does not care for that girl.
He's a true narcissist.
Yeah, he's a true narcissist with no personality at all. If he didn't have his looks, there would be nothing there.
And I'm wondering really quick, ladies, is he balding? Because when they're sitting there talking, it looks like he is balding here, but then all of a sudden when they're on the one-on-one, when
the interviews,
he looks like he has a head of hair. So
I noticed that too. Maybe he's using that theme that the newscaster,
the fiber
people. Yeah. Because he's definitely balding.
That hair is gone, and you try to pick up them girls, they're gonna
I think he'll look okay bald.
Nah, he won't look as good. His confidence will be down, and he'll even be a bigger bitch. Kid you not.
All right, so who's the messy one with
Rick Ross,
Fonzo and Shay?
Rick Ross.
Okay.
I don't know.
Shay's the insecure one.
Mm-hmm.
But she has a right to be insecure.
Fonzo is just.
I like him. I like them both. I like Rick Ross.
Together? Together? You like them?
Not together. Not together, but I like him. He's cool. He's like a big teddy.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Why?
No, he's not. You guys, he's the insecure one. He loves that adoration of women.
He's not insecure though.
Because without Rick Ross, without him being one of the managers, he had to bring that up in the music business.
Well, I wanted to know. I'm glad he said something.
Yeah, but I said in the beginning, didn't I? He looked like Rick Ross.
He sure does. Sure does.
And Rick Ross, I thought it was Rick Ross. I was like, you need to stop copying my style, because he sure is chest out, titties out, everything out.
Right.
So he loves the adoration of women. He says he can't help it if women like him, and he's all for it.
They do. Like, it's true. He can't help it. Like that girl on last week was like all over him. She
thought he had money. Why she thinks he has money, I don't know. But she thinks he has money.
Why do you say that? She never said that. You're making assumptions.
Yeah, he had all the bling jewelry on and so forth on.
Now, do you guys think that's real?
Yeah, if you're hanging out with Rick Ross, you think you're gonna be wearing fake stuff?
No, right? Yeah, you're right. Probably not.
Yeah. So she saw those bling blings, and she's thinking, "Oh, okay, honey, I can look past all this."
No, he's good looking. I think he's good looking. I mean, he's a big guy, but he's still good looking. I think so.
Did you go out with him?
No, but that doesn't mean that I don't think he's good looking.
Okay.
Okay, so let's
get back.
Yes. All right, so let's start with my messiest couple, and that's Kenneth and Shorty. So we begin with them going over the dates. They were the last couple to talk about the dates. And Kenneth was just saying, like, my heart wasn't in it. I was thinking about Shorty and our horrible argument, and I couldn't really give her the attention that I needed to. And Shorty was like, I knew the date wasn't going to be good because he was all in his head, and I knew that the girl wasn't going to have a good time. And then it was interesting what Dr. Nicole said. She said, they have to kind of make sure that they're not purposely trying to sabotage the other person's date.
Okay, yes. I noticed that too. And then I was like, can we refresh on what happened? Didn't he go through her phone and
Yes.
send pictures from her phone to his phone? So
Yeah,
how did she sabotage his date?
So I was wondering why she said it at that point, because she didn't. I think that the other people was sabotaging each other's dates, but Shorty definitely wasn't. I don't think.
I think that's what she was referring to, was that, you know, Rick Ross's girlfriend was trying to sabotage his date. But I thought she was
hilarious.
I thought it was funny too. I didn't know she was serious.
Right. But we know why she was serious, because of his past transgressions. So we understand that. So then after they finished with their session, now, which is different from the last 2 weeks, each of the people are going on a date, except for Alfonso and Shay, which kind of surprised me. I thought that she would have wanted to also talk to Shorty and Kenneth because of what Kenneth did. But it was just Alfonso and Shay, and they do need help. So it was good. It was good that they didn't go on a date.
You know, it's funny. So after the show went off, and I was like trying to because you know, like I haven't done the last 2 reviews with you guys, and I was trying to jot down all their names. And then I was like, oh my God, I can't remember anything about Shay's date. And then I was like, dang, I can't remember anything about Alfonso. So I tried to go back and watch it. And then it occurred to me that they didn't go on
a date. No.
I was like, how did I can't think of a single thing. Like, what did the guy look like? I couldn't remember anything.
That's hilarious. Okay, so the first date that they showed was Kenneth's date with a girl that knew Shorty.
That was weird.
That was weird. I think the producers
You think they do it on purpose? Yes, because Atlanta's a small city, right? I mean, it's a big city with a lot of people, but it's still a small city. And she's a radio host too. More than likely, most radio hosts, if that's what you do for a living, you're going to know each other, especially in the same city, right?
Right, yeah. And the thing is that she was her intern.
Right.
Yeah, which kind of tells you how much older Shorty is, right?
She looks older, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is she older than Kenneth?
Oh, I definitely think so.
Don't you think so?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think she is. She's
one of
definitely
them. They don't show their age. This season is the first time that they've not shown the age of the individuals.
So, like, even though Shorty knew the girl, Shorty wasn't like disturbed. You know, she was the only one that wasn't bothered that her man was going on a date.
And I like that.
I think, I like it too. But I think that she's actually happy and hoping that he finds someone and falls in love with him, and so that she can break up with him without her worrying that he's going to kill her.
Yeah,
so,
I totally agree. Yeah. Totally agree. I was just like, you go, girl. This is your way out.
Safely. Okay, so they go on their dates and they have good chemistry. And I think that they're on the same level. They're around the same age. They have the same level of maturity. And I think that they were able to have fun on that date.
Yeah, I felt like his was a little forced. I felt that his was a little forced, like I'm gonna have fun. And he was laughing, but I didn't feel like it was a natural, relaxed laughter. I felt like it was a little forced. And I felt like she was trying so hard.
Oh, she was thirsty.
Yeah,
she really was.
I was just like, settle it down, honey.
I know, she kept on complimenting him. And what did she say? She said that he was, what did she say? The perfect man or something like that. Or a great catch. It's like,
you don't know him.
Yeah.
You don't know him and his crazies.
Right.
Remember when she asked him, what is it about you? Tell me a negative about you or something like that. And he's like, I love hard. And, you know, sometimes it's not. I was like, yeah, it's not
appreciated.
Yeah, because you go crazy with your love. When he was saying that, I was like, it just hit me too. I said, it's amazing how people take something that's a negative about themselves and turn into a positive.
Well, he probably doesn't really see who he is. You know, it's hard for you to see yourself. So I don't think he thinks he's being crazy. I think he thinks he's just loving her really hard and she should appreciate it, you know. But we got to find out what he does, which was interesting. He's an entrepreneur. And right now, to support his, you know, his quest, he does construction, right? That's what he said.
He's like a contractor.
Yeah, contractor, right? So I assume construction, but yeah, he's a contractor, and he has a food blog, and I love the name of his food blog. It's called Skinny Fat Man, which I thought was really cute.
I couldn't find it.
Oh, it wasn't on Instagram. Well, maybe it just started.
I straight up after the show, I was like, skinny fat man.
And it would be hard to start it up something like that during COVID, you know, like. So maybe he's just putting his ideas together and he came up with a name.
Well, before he said that name, he should have went on Instagram and put it in there.
Yes.
And if this was during COVID, how many years later? Well,
COVID, I mean, yeah, especially in Atlanta, COVID didn't exist there. So then
a lot of restaurants were having like reduced menus and things like that.
Yeah, that's true.
If he didn't really have, you know, a job. Oh, I mean, I guess he did have a job, but who knows if his work was consistent, like go pay to go out to eat and stuff like that. That might have been.
But does that make you guys think now when Shorty's talking about financially responsible, that maybe he's not bringing in the type of money that she's bringing in, and that maybe he's not managing his money the right way? He's trying to start a business, being an entrepreneur. So where's his money going to, you know, and so forth. So maybe this is what she's talking about.
Yeah, it probably is. And maybe because he's a contractor, he doesn't have a consistent job, you know. So yeah, that's probably what she's talking about. So let's go ahead and talk about Shorty's date with Hollywood.
Talk about chemistry. Ooh.
Oh, I know. And the maturity level, once again, their maturity level matched. And I think he's really cute. He's good looking.
He is.
Yeah.
When he said, let's pray, I was like, oh. I was like, wow. And she said, and I said, God, give me a man.
Yeah, I mean, poor Kenneth. He doesn't know it yet, but if Hollywood says yes, she's gone. So Hollywood had asked her about her relationship, and she told him, you know, like all the crazy stuff, you know, one of the crazy stuff that he's done about how they had broken up, she moved, and she said that she's tried to break up with him several times, but he hasn't allowed it, and that they had broken up and she had moved. And so then he went to her place of work, stalked her, followed her home, and then he found out where she now resides. And so as soon as Hollywood heard that, he was like, he gave like an antidote or something like that. He was like, and basically said, you need to leave him because it's crazy. So, and then
did you hear what her friends said? Her friends said that some of her friends say that he's crazy, and some of them are saying that, oh my God, when I left my man, he didn't come after me. That's because you left him and you were saying, I don't want you. So naturally they should stay gone.
Right.
And not trail after you and hunt you down and follow you to your home. And now he's in there and you can't get rid of him.
Yeah. I mean, that shouldn't surprise you, because there's women who stay with men who are abusive because they think that that's how they're showing that they love them, because they're abusive towards them, you know? So it's not surprising that some women feel like his stalking them means love, you know, and not crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. Do you think that Shorty and Hollywood will go on another date?
Yeah.
I think she would want to go on another date with him, but it just depends on how crazy Kenneth is. Like, you know, because sometimes they, you know, decide not to, just to keep the peace. So, because I mean, I feel like that would rock his world if, you know, she said
he goes on a third date.
I'd be afraid of Hollywood. I'd be afraid for Hollywood.
I wonder if Hollywood thought that. No, but he's too masculine and too buff. He'd like, no, I'll take that guy down. But I'm sure it was kind of like, ooh, she has a crazy boyfriend. What's going to happen? Yeah.
But no, I think they'll go out on another date. But are you going to talk about his analogy of men or dogs?
Yeah, well, I said he gave like an analogy, but no, I didn't. If you want to talk about it, go ahead.
Yeah, it reminded me of what Dior said to me earlier today. He was just like, men are like dogs and you have to train them. Mm-hmm. And, when your dog pees, you put their nose into it and you spank the dog. Then they learn not to pee. Mm-hmm. And so he goes, but if they keep doing it, that means they didn't learn their lesson.
You got to get rid of them.
You got to get rid of them.
Right. Yeah.
Like, ooh.
Yeah. But he was right. I mean, don't get rid of your dog, but get rid of your man, Right. Okay. So let's move on. Who do you guys want to talk about next?
Really quick. Do you think that Hollywood is being sincere?
If he's attracted to her? I don't know.
No, not that if he's attracted to her, but sincere about who he is. He seems so happy, jovial, and into God. He's an usher at church. Do you think that?
I was trying to remember him from the first season. I watched the first season. I do remember him from the first season, but I was trying to think about his relationship. But I think he was even I think I took him as being kind of serious in the first, genuine in the first season with, his girlfriend. And I think they had even been engaged before they had come on the show, engaged and broke off the engagement. So I guess I do feel like he's sincere.
Okay. Yeah. Now that you remind me of that. Yeah, you're right. You remind me.
Oh, you think that he was putting on a front?
Yeah, because he was so happy. It's just such a different personality where he is now from where he was before. Before he was this jealous boyfriend, and he just thought about his good looks.
Oh, he did?
He didn't talk about his good looks, but he knew he looked good. And when somebody knows they look good by the way they act and so forth, and he was more serious and he was really jealous. The jealous type that didn't want his girlfriend going out and having fun with other men, or who would?
I mean, it's like most of the guys.
Yeah.
And maybe he's grown from it. Maybe he found God more than he did before. So, well, let's hope. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. And let's hope that he's being sincere.
And they have similar careers, right? Because wasn't he... I thought he had some kind of tagline. I don't know if he did a podcast or something like that. But
I don't even know what she does.
She's a radio host.
She's a radio host, yeah.
Oh, she still is. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about Otis and Sharlana. Am I saying her name right? Is it Charlotte?
Fonzo and Shay. They didn't have much, right? They just
no, they didn't
talk to them.
Yeah. So Fonzo and Shay. So they didn't get to go on a second date. Instead, they met with Dr. Nicole. And so they had a session at her house, and she tries to help explain to him what he's doing and why he needs to change. And it was a little confusing, don't you think, that whole session? I didn't really get a lot from it.
I just think she should have told them, why are you guys even together? First of all,
the same thing.
Okay, he won't introduce you to his mother. Y'all been together 3.5 years. That should say enough. You walked in there and you still had to explain who you were. I don't care who you are to me. If you walk in my mom's house, I'm gonna offer up who you are, right. So she don't think some random person is just coming in there and taking stuff. So the fact you still had to introduce yourself after you just popped up in her house, that should tell you a lot. You should have broke up with him after that. And I don't know. I feel like when you start to feel that insecure about your relationship and your man or whatever, it's time to check out of the relationship, because I don't think there's any coming back from that. The way she's acting. And then we see scenes for the next episode.
I know. I was like, what? That girl picked up that plate. I was ready to smack her with it. And that didn't stop her. She still was coming for her.
Yeah, but you know what? If he's like, they've never said that he's actually cheated.
Right.
They've never said that.
He's
It's always alluded.
He said that in the beginning, he was like, I guess before they were committed, or maybe she thought they were committed and he didn't consider them to be committed. He was entertaining multiple women. He said that. He didn't say that to her or in front of her. He said that to his date.
And she should be concerned because he's living that rapper's life and traveling out of the country and across the United States and so forth, and hanging out. If he is hanging out with Rick Ross and all these other rappers, you know, there are going to be groupie girls there.
He's getting blowback from them.
He's taking it. He's not saying no.
No, you don't know. You cannot say that. You don't know if he's, but that would be a question. Like, I think it would be hard for any woman going out with someone who's sports, entertainment. There's always that possibility. So you have to either believe in your man or your woman, or just leave from that relationship, because you can't always keep on wondering, questioning, what's he doing? What's she doing? You know, or you're just going to go crazy like she's going crazy.
Yeah, to me, that's just too much. That's constant fear of what is he doing. And the girls are calling his cell phone and they're contacting her on social media, different girls. That's too much.
It is too much.
You won't introduce me to your family? That's,
well, you know,
you're gonna lie about it?
Well, to his defense, his mother wants nothing to do with her. And so what do? Do you lose your mom over your girl?
You still invite her. You say, hey, honey, we're having a family get together. Do you want to come? Now, you know, my mom don't like you, but my baby mama is going to be there. And why is she there?
Because the mother wants her there.
I would tell my mom no.
For me, that would have just been enough for me.
Yeah. I know, if I would have saw that girl there,
your mama, I don't care. Like,
that's what I'm saying. You know, he needs to stand up to his mom.
And she's pretty. She has a very cute shape. You know, she looks great. So she could find someone else, but she's in love with him. You know,
or the style of him.
I think
she's in love. Quit making it seem so bad. She's in love with him.
What gets me is like him laughing every time she's
God, yes.
Concerns. Like, okay, so you're not even taking me seriously. This is a joke. Like that. It's just, I'm already over that couple.
Me too.
Right. It kind of gives me like, you didn't watch the last season, right, Uchenna?
No.
So it kind of gives me the vibes of that couple that we aren't sure if they were a real couple or not. Marion and whatever I can't remember the girl's name was, but it just gives me that kind of vibe. Not to say that they're not a real couple, but it felt like a joke. Like the whole relationship just felt like a joke.
I feel like they have a real relationship.
Oh yeah, she's too angry.
I feel they have a real relationship, but
no, I'm not saying like a fake relationship, just like a joke. Like playing around. Yeah,
they do. You know what? I couldn't. Why would you want to marry him? Why?
Because it's not just because you're married to him, it's not going to change. You know, like your insecurities.
No, it's not.
It's not going to change him. He's not all of a sudden going to be the best husband in the world.
And his mom still isn't going to want you. Unless you bring another baby into the world for him.
Right. Well, yeah, she can accept the baby, but not her. You know.
Ooh, then you'll never see the baby mom.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's move on to Otis and Sharlana. That's her name, or is it Charlotte? Because when he pronounces it, he doesn't say it how it's written.
I think he calls her Charlie.
Charlie. Oh, okay. All right. So this guy, once again,
they show him slow motion walking in from the
well, the day. So not even. So we still have to go back to when they're all together talking about the dates and stuff. Like, this guy is so manipulative. Can't be honest to save his life. Okay, so he once again tries to manipulate and says that he wants to be more helpful. He wants to do more for her. He's a traditional guy. He wants to do more for her. And she's not trying to hear his bullshit. She's like, no, what he wants to do is he wants to control me. And I'm not about that. And then she talks about how, he's not being honest, because she's really insecure too. Because she keeps on talking about saying, like, he's not telling me everything that's happening on the date.
Like, I was like,
right. So then she's like, because she feels like something more is happening, and we don't know. And then she says, like, when she went, they made an agreement, and for some reason he wanted to argue about their boundaries. I don't know why he didn't want her mentioning that. So she's like, he set boundaries, and he was saying that we were going to discuss our dates after the date, and he won't do that. But she has to. When she went on a first date, she didn't want to, and then she got scolded and then punished. And then Dr. Nicole is like, wait. You said something really powerful here. You said that he scolded you. Does he make you feel that you're being scolded? And she was like, yes. And then Otis was not trying to hear it at all. And he started almost like being really belligerent towards the doctor.
Can I say something? Do you wonder why he wasn't trying to hear it? Because he knows it makes him look bad.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Remember, people like him, just like Olajuwon, they don't like to look bad towards other people,
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't want to seem bad, but he tripped himself up, loose lips.
Right. Yeah. Because he was like, even when I'm not scolding her, she feels like I am. Dumbass. And then the doctor was like, I got you. And then she was like, okay, I just want you to listen to what you just said. You said, even though when I don't scold her, she feels like I am. And he was like, yeah. And then she's like, you just said that you scolded her. And then he was like, oh, damn, she got me.
And then he still didn't admit it.
He didn't admit it, but he didn't say anything about that after that.
He just had a look on his face.
Yeah, oh my God. And so she just like really laid everything out to him. And so he didn't like that either. And he was like, let's just move on. And it's just like, I can be with that type of person that's so belligerent towards everybody else.
How embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about their dates.
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
I'm gonna call her Charlie. Charlie went on a date with Brent, right?
Yeah, I liked him.
I did too.
I liked him a lot. I thought he was good looking, and Otis was more respectful towards him than he was to the soccer guy, because he exuded that that sophistication and don't fuck with me type of body language. So do you guys think that she liked the date?
I think she did. I think she really liked his answers and his like perspective on relationship, and I think that's her main issue with Otis. So I think that's what she was kind of seeking. So I think it kind of made her giddy inside that there's someone out there that isn't controlling and does see a relationship being a partnership instead of like someone having control over you.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And I hope she chooses to go on a second date with him.
I do too. And they had like, I think she wants to, but she might be a little afraid. I mean, I think they had like really good conversations, and she felt special, and he answered things correctly. I think sincerely, like when she asked him, what do you think about being submissive? And he was like, I don't like that word, and he was like, we should be in a partnership, not, one person having more power than the other,
But you know what? I think what he did that Otis doesn't do, and this is the first date. I'm sure Otis didn't behave the way that he's behaving now right off the bat.
Right.
She feels heard because Otis doesn't listen to her. And that's the big thing. But I think you're right. I think that no matter what, going through this whole thing, if she starts to like somebody, she's going to think twice about going out with him again because of Otis. It's like she's scared of making Otis mad. Because if we have a deal and I tell you about my date, you better damn well believe you're going to tell me about your date when you get back, or all bets is off.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
But she's scared of losing him too. She's scared of another woman taking him because she sees that he's so handsome.
Right. But do you guys think he has a personality, Otis?
Yeah. He's a charmer. When he
Otis is? He seems so flat to me.
When he wants to be. When he's in that environment with Dr. Nicole, I think that he's on guard. He's on guard. But you saw him when he was out with the woman. He was charming.
I didn't think so. I didn't think he was charming at all.
Wait, which woman? Oh, the house
on the date, like when
the
I think IJ, you mentioned that he was slow walking.
I was so mad. I wanted to turn that TV off. He was walking so with his
to me, he just seems to have like a controlling personality. Like I can even see that just like in his dates and like outside of being with Dr. Nicole, and that's not attractive to me. So I mean, like, yeah, he doesn't, outside of that, he doesn't seem to have much personality. He doesn't seem like he would be fun.
Right. Yeah. No, not at all.
Even the fact that he was like contemplating going to see that woman at night at the club.
Oh, that was terrible. But him and that woman seemed like they were hitting it off.
I didn't think she was pretty.
Yeah. I'm saying that, but she just looked something, I don't know if it was her hair, whatever she had going on with her hair, but
yeah, I didn't think she was cute, but he did.
Yeah, he did. And you know what else too? She says, "Oh, I can tell you work out." He's like, "Oh, you can a little bit here." I was just like,
she was trying hard too.
Yeah, because first of all, it didn't look like he worked out. It looked like he used to work out.
Right, and he has some remnants of the muscles left.
Right.
But he had already said that he worked out. Like, so it's like, why now pretending like she just observed that from your muscles?
Right.
No, told her that you work out.
And did you see him on the horse, you guys? He was sitting like how I would sit on the horse, just like, riding it.
And she was like
arched back.
Yeah.
I was like, girl, your back is hurting.
But she looked good doing that. So.
Yeah, she looked cute. She had a cute shape.
So do you think that he didn't go to her DJ session and was just like, or he went and was just like trying to fool us by saying he wasn't going to go?
Girl, if he went, that's another Darion and whatever.
Yes, yeah. But wait a second, how can he?
I don't know. I know you didn't watch that season, but he cheated on her.
With one of the girls?
Yeah.
Oh,
all the way through.
Like he kept going on
all
dates.
the way through?
Back, did that.
Yeah, sex and everything.
Oh, wow. Did they stay together?
No.
But then, like, after the show, they were saying that it wasn't a real relationship and she wanted to be an actress. And it was, I don't even know what the
if that's true or not. Yeah.
But, how would, what? I was thinking to myself, but how is he going to go out? His girlfriend will know. But, that's because people, even though they're married, sometimes people do go out separately.
Right. Yeah. I go out with my girlfriends.
Yeah. I would go out with my girlfriends too if I had anybody near me. But since I don't, I'm always at home with my husband. So
right.
If Keith at 8 p.m. said, "Hey, I'm gonna go to," I'm like, "Go where?" So I was thinking to myself, how's he gonna get out the house?
Right.
People do that.
That's probably the only reason why he didn't go. He was probably like, how can I swing this? Especially
my
when
mom's sick. Right.
It's that night, that you went on the date. So of course, because of how paranoid she is, she's gonna think that you're trying to meet up with the girl again. So
right. Yeah.
No way he could have did that. Maybe if she said it's next Tuesday, you can come after work.
Right. But the same day. Yeah. No way. That's not gonna work.
They exchange phone numbers?
They're not supposed to, right?
Oh, you can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Says do whatever you want. But some of the couples put parameters, like no touching, no kissing, no outside communication.
So we see next week that they see each other again at some like yoga thing, because Sharlana's there too. They did a preview, and
So he must
she
have
had,
done it again.
Tattoo, right?
but she had a huge back tattoo, tattoo. But Sharlana was there.
Yeah,
because she
because
was watching it.
both couples are going on
Like-
dates at the same location.
All the couples are going on dates at the same
Oh,
location. That's what she
okay.
said.
Well,
the
not all
couples.
6 at the same location, but each partner will be
pair.
at the same location.
Ah, okay.
Oh, that's why
So, I don't know.
Shay
Could
was
you
there.
do that? Could you do that?
Well, obviously Shay couldn't because she wanted to fight the girl.
I think I could. If I did go and I had somebody else with me and my husband was there with somebody else, my poor date I would not be even thinking about him. He'd be talking to me. I'd be like,
Oh no, I would be all into my date. I would be having the best time. I would be laughing. We were in the cutest outfit. Like, I would pretend like I don't even see him there. Like,
right.
I'm gonna have more fun than you. And you're gonna be ignoring your date watching me.
right.
Good one. But if he would be like, "Ooh, let me see a back tattoo," and she had her back all arched, I was like,
I'd be like, girl, that tattoo's cute.
Hey, yeah, that's what she should do, right? But she wasn't. She looked mad. So.
She's so insecure. I think that's the most unattractive thing, like just for a woman to be like that insecure. It's just leave them, because that's a bad look. And it's I just don't see I don't see how you can remediate insecurity. You know what I'm saying? Like it's already embedded in you. What are you gonna do to get that back? I don't think you could. And if the person didn't cause the insecurity, then maybe it's just that you need therapy. But if they do something to cause your insecurity, like cheated or something, how are you going to get that back? You never get
unless they go to counseling. If they don't go to counseling, then it's impossible, you know.
I don't know, but I still don't think that will work. I don't know, but I that don't sound like it'll work to me.
Right.
All right, like,
so we made
you
predictions.
do something that was like the last time you cheated, you did this, and now you're doing this again, and it may not be related. I just feel like you would just be so insecure and paranoid.
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah. All right. So do we want to make predictions on which couple is going to stay together?
None.
Yeah, I would say
I
none.
don't see it either. I do not.
And I hope none of them stay together. I like Kenneth, but he needs counseling, you know. I think he needs to deal with his.
Kenneth has a lot of issues.
He needs counseling, I think. You know, he has to deal with his like really possessive and insecurities, you know, and his loving hard. Say what?
Loving hard.
Well, that's what he calls
that
it.
Netflix show, You?
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch
but
it.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. I agree.
Yeah, I refuse to watch it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Kenneth, he knows he's crazy and he has issues.
No, he doesn't know it. He does not.
He does. He said he does. He said
he knows that he needs to grow and there's issues that he has to work on. But I don't think he thinks he's crazy.
Lord have mercy.
I know. But like talking about another show, that's okay. So Netflix has a show called, and it's just like this. It's called
The
Ultimatum.
Yeah, The Ultimatum. Yeah,
and it's
with
just
Shay.
I know, and his wife. So it's just like this, but what they're doing is there's like 4 couples. They have a week to decide who they want to live with, because one gave an ultimatum and the other one is trying to decide. So they have to decide out of those 4 couples who they want to live with for 3 weeks, to fall in love, to be in a relationship.
Other partner? Like, I mean,
other partners, other couples.
Somebody else's partners, with somebody else's partner.
So they have 1 week to decide. At the end of the week, they're going to live with that person for 3 weeks. And then they're going to come back, and then they're going to go back and live with the partner, the real partner, the person that they came with, for another 3 weeks. And at the end of that 3 weeks, they're going to decide, am I going to propose, or are we going to go our separate ways?
I would like to say something. You cannot compare what I don't like about that is you can't compare a new relationship with an old relationship.
Well, so I think why they did is that Nick Lachey and his wife, I can't remember her name. They were together for 5 years. And then she was like, like, what's going on? What's the next step? And so they said that they decided to take a break, and they each dated one person. And as they were dating that one person, they realized that what they thought was bad about each other wasn't bad. And they missed each other and realized, okay, I can deal with these issues. Let's get back together. So I think that's why they're letting them live with someone for 3 weeks and to see, if they still have those feelings for their original partner.
I guess the grass is greener on the other side, basically.
Right, exactly. So I'll be watching it, of course.
Me too. I'll be watching it as well. I was super excited. I said, binge watch.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So Diora, take it away.
Oh, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and comment below. We want to hear from you.
All right. Bye, everyone. Until next week.
Bye.
See you Wednesday.
Bye. Yes. Bye.